Hello, everybody. How are you? I am Penda James, and I am a scribe coach. And what I do is I assist people to get unstuck, execute their goals, and inscribe their legacy. What you are watching is a project that I am calling the Resilience Project. This is an opportunity for me to introduce my friends to my friends so that we can all do great work in the kingdom. Every person that I am talking to is someone that I care about or someone that I care about cares about. And today I'm talking to someone who is very special to me. This is my big sister in so many ways. And I want to introduce you to her. Her name is J. Robin Jones. She is originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's a counselor, a teacher, like so deeply rooted in education. She's also highly educated. She's an author and a mom. She's just survived so much in her life. So I want you to meet her, and I need you to get your journals because her declaration today is I am a dope woman. And so, with further ado, Jay Robin, is there something that I did not say about you that you want people to know?
Hi, everyone. No, I think that you captured it well. You made me sound very comfortable and confident. And so I'm ready to go. I'm
I'm
ready to
always gonna make you shine. So
yeah. And you do it well, and I appreciate you for it.
always gonna make you shine. So my first question for you is because you have this powerful declaration, I am a dope woman. Can you
Mhm.
give us a definition of what that means?
I think for everyone it's different. For me, it varies sometimes from day to day. What does dope mean to you today? If I have fibromyalgia, if I'm suffering really badly, dopeness is for me pushing past the pain. Dopeness is, still getting up and having that energy and that mindset to do the things you need to do. But if I look at it from an affirmation kind of standpoint, in the book, I say that I am determined to love myself. That's dopeness. That's D. I'm the owner of my uniqueness. That's the O. I'm persevering through adversities. That's the P. And I am emphatic about my peace walk. That's dopeness in a nutshell, what it means for me to just kind of ebb and flow in that reality of those four affirmations, that I'm going to love myself, that I'm going to own my uniqueness, and I'm going to persevere when times are hard, and when times are looking like, things aren't going to get any better. I keep pushing, and I am very, 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 particularly in this season of COVID, um, serious about how I protect my peace and who I let in my space and who I am letting speak life to me. That makes me grounded. That makes me dope, because it takes a lot to balance who we are as a person, and in order to be able to do that, you need boundaries. You need those things. And it took me a while to not realize the value of how to even protect myself, to protect my dopeness, to preserve my dopeness. So for me, it's a definition that varies from day to day, but at the core, it is that I am determined to love who I am and demand the respect that I give to people and that I get from people, that I own some of the hurts that I've caused, that I accept some of the hurt that has been caused to me, but I don't make me feel like a victim. I don't play that game anymore. I chin up and challenge up and boss up to whatever's going on, and deal with it head on, instead of woe is me, and or not seeing how God has really placed me in this situation for a reason.
Mm.
That's how I define my dopeness. Depending on God is defines my dopeness. Knowing that He ultimately is control of my journey makes me smart enough and intelligent enough to know that I am a child of the Most High, who is like the dopest leader. He's the dopest ruler. He's the dopest everything. And so when you're connected to a God or a king like we serve, you know that like God is dope. We see the t-shirts, God is dope. Well, I'm his kid. I'm a king's kid. So I'm dope because he's dope. That's my definition, that there's no comparison to God. There's no comparison to how he made me. There's no comparison to how he made you. So dopeness for me is just loving every fiber of who you are, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, accepting that even in the journey, God is there with you and he's going to make it dope because he's going to teach you things, even in pruning seasons. He's going to teach you things, even in times of prosper. Everything about the journey of life that God has for us is dope because he knows the plans he has for us. And if you trust God enough to know that no matter what you do, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to give it to you. I accept the fact that you made me fearfully and wonderfully made. And I am special. Like I don't question anything God does. So I don't no longer question who I am because of I know whose I am. So that there's where I get my whole like where'd you get this like bravado about yourself? I just really realized whose child I was. And I stopped questioning the things about myself because I never questioned God. So that's my long-winded definition of what dopeness is for me as a woman.
It was long, but it was meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I was not introduced to that term dope.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I wasn't paying attention to it
Mm-hmm.
until you started saying it in the way that you were saying it. Like you were saying it before you wrote your book, Life Lessons, Journey to My Dopeness. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But you were saying it before that. Then I started seeing all these t-shirts and posters and all these things about being a dope woman. But the way that you just explained it is completely different. I think sometimes we attach our things and ourselves to things that we don't really understand.
Mm-hmm.
But because you wrote an affirmation for every letter of the word dope, which is they call that acrostic poems. So
Okay.
because you wrote an acrostic poem,
Mm-hmm.
when every time you say dope, you are truly affirming yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to know if you can tell us how being a dope woman has been a thread throughout your life.
I think that it goes back to just the beginning of life and knowing that God has his hands on you from the very beginning, before you're even born. You're predestined to be what he has designed you to be. So even in times that I didn't think it of who I was in terms of this dope, confident woman, because it's not always about confidence even. Sometimes it's just about trust. Throughout my life, there was always residuals of greatness because I'm attached to a great God, but I didn't always see it. Even the thread of who I am today on December 6th is different than, or December, whatever date it is. I'm getting lost
Yeah.
in my days with COVID. Um, I'm not the same person that I was when I released the book. The thread of my life is different from then. The accountability is higher. It makes me push more. There's so many things about the journey of life that changes who you are and changes your definition. Like I said, every day is a different definition of what a dope woman is and what that looks like. And it looks different for everybody because we're unique. So for someone else, it is, being dope because I am managing, taking care of 2 kids and doing classes online. I'm doing and I'm dope because it's a task,
Yeah.
to teach and work and do these things people are really struggling with. It's dope to be able to still get up and just breathe and want to push. You know what I mean? So my thread of life is that I had a will even when I didn't have a will. When I
Mhm.
wanted to give up, God didn't let me give up. And people, he put me around dope circumstances. He put me around a dope village. You know what I mean? So my thread of life, even when I didn't have that terminology or that dopeness of me, he put other people around me that undergirded me and made me, lifted me up in times when I didn't feel it. You know what I mean? And so that it's very important to make sure that throughout your life, and God does that for us. He plants seeds and places people and does things that even when we don't feel like we can carry the load, there's somebody else. There's a footprint in the sand because he's carrying us through. So the thread of my life is because God is the ultimate ruler of my life. And he defines the journey and he defines the destiny for us.
So I want to just give you some roses in this
Mhm.
moment, and I feel myself getting a little emotional. I
It's
need to sit
okay.
in it. I'm trying not to,
Good. I'm gonna take a sip of tea.
because I don't have a lot of um, people. Like, there are lots of seasons in my life where I don't have a lot of people in my circle.
Mhm.
And so, as you were talking about God places people in your life, you are one of those people that God placed in my life to
Mhm.
help me understand that I'm a dope woman.
Mhm.
I think I've been struggling with that for a long time. So
Mhm.
to be able to, even in the moments when you felt like your wings were broken
Mhm.
and you felt like you had nothing left to give, you gave to
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
You gave me clothes out your closet, you gave me shoes. You'd be like, Sesh, no, you're not wearing that. No, fix your hair. What's wrong with your lipstick? Like, just pulling me back to the place where God had already called me, where I couldn't see myself.
Mhm.
So I want to just say to you in this moment, people are going to be watching. They see me emotional. They may not understand our relationship,
Mhm.
and that I've been with you through a lot of the things that you wrote about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
And some
it
that I didn't. There's many that I
and
didn't.
so,
Right?
absolutely. And
Yeah.
so not only did you help me in the beginning when I didn't know that I was a dope woman, you remind me along the way and have reminded me along the way that I'm a dope woman. So I talk about you all the time when I'm talking about why this resilience project even started,
Mhm.
because I wasn't allowed to go to your I'm celebrating life dinner.
Mhm.
And in that moment when my husband was like, no, the church people, they won't like it, and they gonna see pictures, you and Robin are so close and y'all gonna be taking pictures, and I'm not gonna be able to walk into this position if they see that you have wine on the table or whatever. And so
Mhm.
watching you in your book signing and watching you walk in the fullness of this declaration, I am a dope woman, is when God spoke to me and said, you are too.
Mhm.
And so I'm crediting you for me recognizing that I needed to wake up.
Mhm.
In this season, we met all the way in 2006.
Mhm.
And here we are in almost 2021. And for 5 years, I forgot that I was a dope woman. And
Mhm.
when you woke up to this realization, you pulled me out of my coffin too. And I just need you to know that. And I need you to understand that. And so that's why I'm always on these chats just crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm in a season where God is like, you need to talk to people who love you, and that you love because you forgot.
Mhm.
So I just needed to give you some roses.
I mean, I need to say just to interject. I don't. I've never seen you any other way. You know what I mean? It's like from the little elephant on your neck. But I've never not known you to not be phenomenal, to not to not be more concerned about other people than you are yourself. And that takes a quality that a lot of people don't have and a strength that a lot of people don't have. And there's things, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten through a lot of things that I got through. I wouldn't have written through them. I wouldn't have written a book. I wouldn't have continue to, when I'm upset, hear you in my head saying right through it. So now I'm emotional. You need your roses, you need your flowers, because you have built a nation of people who are able to express who they are, articulate it in writing, stand behind who they are, bless other people, open up doors, free people. You are the vessel, you are the church that we all needed to come to and learn how to be better people in expressing who we are. You are a therapist, you are a preacher, you are a counselor, a supporter, an advocate. There's so many things that I could say that define who you are to me and so many other people. And you like you said earlier, I just want to make you shine, and I just want to make you proud.
Mm.
And you are definitely one of the people that I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna mess up the little bit of makeup I try to put on for people. You are definitely, without you in my life, is, things would be different. Would God have sent me somebody else? Yes. Would would things have happened in a different kind of turnaround? Yes. Would it have been as impactful? No. Would it have been as meaningful? No. So I'm thankful for the woman that you are, the resilience that you have, the respect that you have for your husband. That even when you didn't want to, you could have just been like, I'm going anyway. And that would have messed up where you are today. That would have messed up what God wanted you to be able to walk through and see about yourself and learn from yourself. But the humility that it takes, and that it took for you to do what you needed to do to be a wife, so that now you can look back and be a better woman. That was intently supposed to, that was purposed.
Mhm. It was perfect. I'm grateful that even though we are emotional, we allowed ourselves to feel it.
Yeah.
So many times I see people having conversation, they're like, I'm not gonna cry, and they just swallow it. And in this season of my life, I just need to feel it. Like, I need to feel what I'm feeling. I need to move forward, because I think understanding what makes me a dope woman,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
And so thanks for letting us veer off, y'all, because we I wanted you to see me give her some roses, and I guess she wanted you to
Yeah.
see her give me some. So we got our bouquets, and we gonna walk forward,
We're
because
always, you
I
need
want to.
you need you need the you need water for the roses, so the tears were necessary.
Oh, that's
It's necessary.
good. That's good. So, J. Robin Jones, what do you want women who are watching and the men who love them to know about what it means to be a dope woman?
I think that the main thing I want people to understand is, so in the book I quote Nikki Giovanni, and I say she knows who she is because she knows who she isn't. It took me a while to know who I was, to me, not what I was supposed to be to anybody else, what I needed to be for me. So for that woman, know who you need to be for you. I mean, you're still going to have to be whoever you are at work and mom or whatever, but know who you need to be for you. And the people who love you need to be able to allow you to be you and grow in who you are. So if I don't want people in my life if they don't understand where I am, and the quality of life that I need and support system that I need. People need to be supported to 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 walk through their journey. People need to be accountable. So how do you love somebody in the journey? How do you respect them? You give them their peace. You hold them accountable. You give them the support that they need to be the people that they need. You fall back when you need to. You accept your own issues, whether it's the man in a relationship or the female in a relationship. Check yourself. You know, don't get caught up in victimization of your situation and asking God why. But what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be learning in this process? That's what we should be. Even if you're the person in the relationship with them, what am I supposed to be learning by her going through this?
Mm.
Am I supposed to be a better supporter? Am I supposed to be a better friend? Or is my season up in her life? And am I hindering her by staying here? Those are the kinds of things you need to ask yourself, you know. And I've had some male friends who are like, I had to call people and apologize. That's what I needed it to do. It needed to push you and prune you to say, I want to be a better person so that I don't cause this type of harm for the next person or for my daughter, or I don't ever want my daughter to experience what she experienced. So I'm going to be a better man. I'm going to be a better woman. I'm going to remember that words hurt. You know, I am constantly every day going back through some of the things that I did to know you don't want to be that person again. You want to be different from that. And so you want require more, expect more for yourself, from yourself, to what you're giving to people and what you're allowing the people to give you. Just require more, just be more.
So you are a leader in many positions in many areas of your life. Can you look in the camera and speak to a leader who has forgotten that she is a dope woman and give her some tools so that she can bounce back?
Yeah, know when to say no, know when to shut things off, know the negative people in your life that are just there to be seat fillers. My mom says, and you always say, a dog that'll bring a bone will carry a bone. Beware of the bone carriers in your life. Everybody coming with something to you is not really in your corner and in your circle. Shut some of those people down. Take some time to evaluate who you are and check yourself when you know this is about me. Like I was talking to somebody the other day and we were talking about something and she said someone was somewhere and they said, yeah, well, I don't really like her. And I said, what was the purpose? You know, and I said, not to about me, but about
Yeah.
her. And I was like, and she said it to someone else to happen to know her. And I was like, well, what was the purpose of that? But I remember when that was me saying that about another person. Like, you know, I don't really bang with her like that. And I'm telling someone else and just inviting another person into my ugliness and my mess. Don't invite people into your ugliness. Deal with your ugliness. Deal with your issues so that you can be a better person. Because now I had to start realizing why was it significant that I needed to tell somebody else that I don't like somebody. Yeah, the issue is you. You know what I mean? It's your insecurity, either why you don't like them or why you feel like they don't like you. Deal with your mess in order to be a good leader. Um, accept the fact that everybody is not meant to be right up underneath you. Have boundaries. You know, it's very hard for people to understand when you have to set boundaries, but it is it for the work that you need to do. You can't have everybody around you. You have to have specific people placed in your life to do specific things, and that's their role. There are people who are bone carriers. That's their role. Know who they are and let them stay where they are. So to the leader, know who you are, own up to your stuff. um, Definitely own your uniqueness in the journey, because your uniqueness is going to make you be a better leader when you understand the proclivities of who you are, when you understand why you think that way, or what the experience is causing you to do. Check in with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
talk to yourself. Why am I doing this? Is this, and be fair and be honest, and give yourself some grace when you can't do that, when you make a mistake, when you fly off the handle, when you do whatever. Take some stock in it, learn from it, and give yourself some grace, because maybe that's what you needed. Maybe some people needed to understand there's another side of you besides the leader. There's that street girl from Philadelphia that don't let people talk to her any kind of way.
Indeed.
So walk in who you are, walk in your purpose, and through all out everything, trust God, and keep the closest connection to him as possible, because he's going to get you through.
I feel so full after this conversation. Thank you so much. I, I want you to show us your book. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to hold it in your hand. And if you
I
have,
can
you
see
know,
it.
a
Can you
few,
see it?
yes, I can see
I
it.
don't know. You do your hand thing. You tell me to do that.
I can
The
see
book.
it, and I have my shirt on.
You have your shirt on. Yeah,
Yep,
this
I can see it. Do you have a short excerpt that you want to read that'll entice people to want to buy it?
I did not pull up anything,
You did.
but
I know, I
yeah,
put you on the spot.
I did. I'm gonna flip through something and see what. Okay, so I'll just read this last. What did you say? It's
Acrostic.
acrostic, where it came from. Unapologetically dope. I am determined to love myself, owner of my uniqueness, persevering through adversities, emphatic about my peace walk. No longer questioning who I am, daring someone to place me in a box. There is no room for their projections. I excel beyond the low expectations of others. I am simply dope. Every flaw and curve, I am free to be me and free to grow. No longer stifled or broken down, I am a survivor. I am she, daughter of the king, mother of legacies, kin to the overcomer of brokenness. I am her, the one who defied the odds, broke the chains attached to depression. I am love. I am hopeful. I am peace. I am unapologetically and phenomenally me. That's me, dope as can be, and it feels good. That's my life lessons, y'all.
It's such a perfect ending. I want to thank you all for watching and for uh, commenting. Please come back and make sure you give Jay Robbins some love. Follow her author page. Go buy her book on Amazon. Invite her to speak at your meetings, at your church groups. You know, invite her to come and do things with you so that you can teach other women that they are dope women. I love you so much. Have a great day.
Hi, everyone.